YouTube, how are you doing? And welcome back to Phasmophobia. Today we are back with another weekly challenge, and this one is the best of them all. That's my opinion, at least. It is the no evidence weekly challenge. These ghosts really don't want to help you out, but we're sure you're up to the task. This will be a great time to test whether or not you can do a no evidence challenge for yourself, which I think is one of the ultimate tests you can do in Phasmo to show that you really know every single ghost. It's really fun. I'm going to explain all of it during this video, and I hope you enjoy. If you're not subscribed, please do so. If you like the video, like it. If you dislike it, dislike it. But let's not waste any more time. Let's hop into the game. Let's go. Spin the wheel. Let's see. Also, Grafton is included in the Easter event on the day that I'm playing this, which is very convenient because I need many more points. All right. Will it be a Moroi? Yes or no? So with no evidence, there are several ways that you can go about doing it. You can either, what I do a lot of the time, is instantly cause hunts, see if you get lucky with an easy ghost, and that you can figure out during a hunt. And then if you can't, take the sanity pills and do the rest of the testing. However, obviously that's very dangerous if you're not very comfortable with doing hunts. So what we're gonna do on our first run here is do the more relaxed route, which is where we're just gonna go find the ghost room first, then play some of the secondary evidence items, explain how you get the evidence out of them to figure out some of the ghosts. Instead of just immediately going crazy. That we'll do on the next game. We got Livey Shawcross here. Ghost Photo, Cleanse, and Ghost Event. Alright, I like to start when I do a chill no evidence, is I like to start with stuff to just find the ghost room. Sometimes I also like to start with the photo cam, which I think I'm gonna do here. Just in case you get a ghost event early, it's nice to snap that picture to rule out Phantom immediately. Nezuko, thank you for the 5 gift subs over here in Twitch chat. Thank you so much. We're gonna head in here. So 100% sanity means we're gonna be fine. Unless it is a demon, we're not gonna get hunted, so don't be scared. I hope that there is a cursed possession included. Let's see, maybe we got mirror. We do have mirror. Okay, with mirror, I think it is actually... well, first we should turn on the breaker real quick, I think, unless it's like all the way in the attic. It's not there. There's 3 spots here. There's one there. One over across in this room here. Oh, also you can get the... We have the Easter event right now, so we can also do the bunnies. Okay, so it is in the attic, unfortunately. So we're just gonna say fuck that for a moment here. I'm gonna pull up the mirror immediately. I'm at 100% sanity, so I shouldn't be in trouble immediately. And the lower your sanity, the more activity you get, which is actually kind of nice to start at like 80%. So we see that the ghost is also in the attic where the breaker is, so that's not necessarily a problem for us then. So let's just go over there. Normally great, thank you for the 5. Thank you guys, thank you. There's so many bunnies here, we're gonna have to make a pass through in a moment here, once we turn on the lights. So we can actually, like, prevent our sanity from draining, because you always want to turn on the breaker to make sure that you can turn on the lights and keep your sanity locked in place so you don't get, like, surprised by the ghost hunting immediately. All right, 4 degrees. We're not, so no evidence. The core of it is that we're not gonna get evidence. That's why it's called no evidence, and this is guaranteed. So as much as you bring in evidence items, thermo, dots, writing book, you're never gonna get writing or any of the other evidences, even if it is a ghost that would usually give that evidence, because with the custom difficulty, they can prevent that from happening. So you can still use them, like this case. I can see that this is 5, and this is gonna be like not 100, but like 10. Yeah, here you go. 100 degree room right there. So you can see that that room is much warmer than this room. This is going to be the ghost room, so we're going to leave everything behind and turn on lights on the way to the ghost room is a nice idea. So then while you're pathing back and forth to bring some items, you're not going to be losing any sanity. Galaxy Wolf with a 10 and a Numi with the 5 as well. Holy, Twitch chat's going wild. Thank you guys, holy. All right, so no activity right now means we're probably not dealing with some of the more active ghosts, which is like a poltergeist or like an Oni, and it could be more akin to something like a Shade, but you can't really guarantee that. But this is a fat flat line at 69% sanity, nice. Spirit with the 5 gift subs, maybe it'll be a spirit, thank you so much. We're gonna go in. What I usually like to do is like rule out some of the easy ghosts. So Wraith stepping in the salt is a really, really easy one, nice place to start. You can bring a crucifix, and usually I take a crucifix and a candle immediately. Crucifix is nice so that if you get one of the early hunting ghosts, you might just get tipped off by it using the crucifix rather than it suddenly hunting you right in your face, which is a lot safer. So we're gonna... although this room is so big that you might actually need 2 crucifixes here. We're just gonna place it in the spot that I'll be standing mostly, which is here. Like if the ghost hunts from over there, I'll be fine. I'm gonna turn on the candle. Now you wanna make sure that you keep track of how many times the candle got blown out. Because once it gets blown out for the third time, if it then does not immediately try to use the crucifix or just hunt outright, it can't be an Onryo. Now, you have to be in the map when this happens, because if you were outside of the map, it blows out the crucifix or the candle for the third time, it won't actually hunt, because obviously there's someone there. That is a big frog. Thank you guys so much. If I missed anyone, by the way, I appreciate it. You guys are amazing. Okay, so we have the basics, we have a crucifix, we have the candle. Then you can you can grab some of the stuff for ghost that you think it might be, or just keep going with the rest of the, like, no evidence stuff, such as a paramic, which will be useful for a myling or a banshee specifically. You can also grab a motion sensor to track some of the movement of the ghost. And then in this case, because we're doing the Easter event, I'm quickly gonna grab myself a dots, and I'm also gonna take the pill here because it's very likely that we'll be getting a bunny that will drain our sanity here. So I just want to make sure that I'm high enough so that I don't get hunted. Because I remember there was one bunny. This could actually screw with you a little bit if you get, like, bunnies that change the speed of ghosts. So you jump me, which is a 10% sanity drain. But it's, from what I can tell, the bunnies often just don't do anything. That's how it feels, at least. I don't hear a bunny over there. Was there a bunny here as well, I think? There's so many damn bunnies, dude. Look at this. Okay, I got jumped twice and he ran away once, so I lost 20% sanity. And I gained 5 back. So we lost 15 overall, so we should be at like 85 right now, which is totally fine. We're going back up. Now, this dots is not going to do anything outside of just doing the event. So usually I wouldn't take these, obviously, but I'm still trying to get the trophy upgrades right now, which I'm going to be doing. This is a really good time to learn how to do no evidence, no sanity, or just no evidence in general, because the event is very grindy if you want to get all the trophy upgrades immediately on the first try, or if you want to do it next year, you don't have to. But so it blew it out once. The candles cannot blow out by themselves anymore, so we're going to turn it on for a second time. And it also stepped in the salt, which means it can't be a wraith, because the wraiths is the only ghost that can't step in salt, and it's stomping over there. We don't have to look for UV, because it's not going to do that. Because obviously UV is an evidence, which it's not going to show here. Okay, let's see. I'm going to grab the paramic real quick. Okay, so it's beeping. You can see the little... Whoa, that was a short event. And it also broke the lights, which is a slight potential mare or like mare event. Mares are more likely to break the lights like that. So what I can do now is already start flicking the light switch every now and then, because if every 10 seconds you can flick a light switch up, and then if the ghost immediately turns it off, you're probably dealing with a mare. Okay, so that's the second time it blew out the candle. So now we're gonna light it for a third time. We need to make sure to stay close. That right there is an airball ghost event, which means it can't be an Oni. You saw like the white mist coming towards me. Onis cannot do that. Now, it seems to also be doing enough ghost events for us to rule out shade. And on top of that, we were in the room when this candle got blown out. So that should mean it's not a shade, because the shade cannot blow out a candle or write in the writing book when there's a player in the room. Now, you have to be careful if the ghost is like right across the door, but I think this is far enough. And also, this room is large, and the ghost is probably over there, so I think this rules out shade already, especially considering we just got a bunch of ghost events. So yeah, can you give us a sign? Can you show yourself? Yo, big golden kappa train, look at that. Thank you so much. That's great. The stats on that train was crazy. If I miss anyone once again, I really appreciate it. I apologize. That's amazing. Can you give me a sign? It's throwing stuff. I really want this blowout to happen so we can rule out Onryo and then move on from there. There's no bunny over here. Ghost, can you blow out this candle? Can you give us a sign? F, thank you for the 5 gift subs. Thank you. Can you give us a sign? Livy. I'm assuming it's Livy. Okay, it's stepping, and it blew out the candle for the 3rd time, and nothing happened. Nothing happened, which means bye-bye Onryo. No Onryo. Can you show yourself? Stepping on the motion sensor over there. What I'm gonna do is quickly place this over here so that we can see if it's like leaving the room or hearing that. Yo! Okay, I got the, it was pretty far away, but I got the ghost photo and it did not disappear, which means it's not gonna be a phantom because phantoms would disappear. So let's rule out phantom. Let's step outside and talk about what we got right now and also check our sanity because we actually got quite a lot of ghost events right there. Yep, we're at like 50% now. So I think what I'm just gonna let happen is just let it hunt now because we can rule out, well, I guess we already ruled out shade, so it doesn't matter very much, but there's a lot you can learn. Like, you won't be able to really do a no evidence run if you're not at least somewhat comfortable with hunts. So that is kind of a big deal. We're gonna the main thing you want to do if you're doing hunts is just have a smudge stick. If you have a smudge stick, if you play it a little safe, you should be largely okay, and there's a very small chance that you'll die, even if you are not very good at hiding or running away from the ghost. So yeah, we're gonna get hunted now. Below 50, you're gonna get hunted. We can't really rule out anything else yet. I don't think so. So we're just gonna go in there. We have pretty much everything we need. Like, we don't really need anything else. You could check for orbs because the mimic will still give orbs. So let's do that real quick. And then I want to hold my flashlight as well so I can see. It could hunt now at any moment, so you got to be a little careful. That was me. Imagine orbs. Oh, I thought I saw orbs there for a second. There's just a glitch on the wall. Are you kidding me, dude? So if it is forced mirror every time, it might be, or it might just be that I got lucky, because mirror is very useful for no evidence. I don't see any orbs, so I'm gonna say it's probably not a mimic, unfortunately. I really want my flashlight here so I can see what I'm doing. It used the crucifix. There you go. So it's probably not a Dio then. But, I mean, we were at 45. We could be below 40, because the Dio cannot hunt until 40. But we're going to find out during the hunt anyway. Okay, so we know it's probably a normal hunting ghost. We're going to take out the crucifix now, because I just want to get a hunt now. And we're going to hold on to our smudgies here. Make sure it doesn't hunt behind you is very important here. And I was going to say, check that the ghost room is still the same room. So in this case, let's quickly check. We see still 2 degrees, because there's 2 ghosts you can rule out. If you ever get the ghost to for sure roam, which is really easy to detect with the mirror, because the mirror will always show you the ghost room. So if you pull up the mirror and it shows a different room than it did the first time, you know for a fact that it won't be... Agorio is the easy one, but also Banshees cannot roam. Those are the 2 ones. I do have a lighter. What you want to do during hunts on this map specifically, it's Grafton, so you want to turn on the lights in this area here, because the place that I usually do most of my stuff during hunts is around this kitchen island here. You can block line of sight with this, and you can do some testing for like yokais and speedy ghosts and like visual, like blinky ghosts. There's a whole bunch of stuff you can do here pretty safely, and if you get in danger, you can always smudge the ghost and then run over here, hide behind the table over there. There's lots of options you have. So right now, it's not hunting immediately again. I did not smudge it or anything. Now that the lights are on, you want to make sure to turn the lights on after the crucifix gets used, because then that turns off all the lights. I would love to quickly check for Mare again. I can flick the light switch here. It's gonna hunt any minute now, so we've got to be careful. So flick the light switch. Flick the light switch is close to the ghost room. So these don't get turned off. That's normal. Oh, another ghost event. This is singing, but I don't know what my sanity is. I can walk into the ghost, but 15% when I'm not really clear about what I got. I don't think that's really going to show anything. We could stand here to see if it's going to trip the motion sensor, because if it would roam like... walk towards me, that would be very suspicious for it being a Banshee potentially, because it's really the only ghost that just randomly does that. It did blinking lights there for a second, which got me a little spooked. Turn on the Oh, so that right there is very important. He's gonna break the lights again? No. That is not a mare ability. Even though it looked like it turned off the light immediately, that was because of the ghost event. The fucking thing again, I have to turn on the lights again. So because of the ghost events, the lights always turn off in the ghost room that the ghost event is happening, which has nothing to do with a mare. So that could fool you, but make sure not to get fooled by that. So yeah, there you go. This ghost is doing a lot of stuff. That's for sure. And he used a crucifix again. This is giving me kind of Goryo vibes. Goryo is like heavy ghost events without ever leaving the room. But that's just kind of a tinfoil hat thing that I have noticed over a long time playing this game. It might not actually be a real thing for all I know. Clicking the light switches again. Okay, no immediate turn off for the lights. So yeah, it's not. Oh, I was just about to say it's not roaming to me, but there it walked on that, right? It blinked after. Are you gonna walk back? Wait a minute, is it a banshee? That is very sus right there. Extreme sus behavior. I'm gonna go try and get the paramic. Yup, there you go. Oh, no, it's a ghost event. Reap. And we're gonna hold on to the paramic while I'm waiting anyway. Always useful to see if it steps on it again on the motion sensor right there. It seems like the Banshee is doing, like, abilities less than... Yo, hello. Sounds like normal speed. Okay, it's getting faster. I'm gonna turn on my flashlight and sit here. See if it comes into the room. It does immediately come into the room. So what's unfortunate, if you have the ghost event, or ghost event, if you have the Easter event, is that it will always be this ghost model, which is actually kind of hard. I smudged at 2210 here, okay. So I tested for a lot of ghosts, so this is why this is hard to do. Because I did a lot of things there, even though it was a very short amount of time. You just kind of get used to this after a while, and you don't have to do all that in one, but what did I just do? I know that it's probably normal speed, so all of the obvious ghosts are out. So Revenant is really slow or fast, there, it's out. It was speeding up, so Hantu is out, and Thay is out, because they can't speed up. It was not a Dio, obviously, because it was just normal speed and speeding up over time. It's not a Moroi because my sanity is very low and it will be really fast. It was far away from me and did not speed up immediately, so it was not a Jin. Yokai is very unlikely here, but I guess I should check one more time because sometimes you have like a really smart yokai, which is very annoying. It was not a Raichu because it wasn't speeding up like crazy. Obake is now super annoying if you have the Easter event, which whenever you're doing this during the week, it might be different. If you don't have the Easter event on your map, it's actually going to be slightly easier because Obake is impossible right now with the Easter event, unfortunately. They just fucked that up. It seems like it's probably not going to be a Myling, but that's always a little tricky, and I need to test for that one more time. Now, what am I also testing for? When I ended the hunt, did I say 2210? Yeah, I said 2210, which I have a timer running here on my, because I'm recording, obviously. So I just read out the timer, and then you need to add 90 seconds to that. If it hunts within that range of 90 seconds, it's a demon, always, because it's only ghost that can hunt early. If it hunts within 90 seconds and 3 minutes, it's just a normal ghost, most likely. If it hunts after 3 minutes, it's probably a spirit. So spirit and demon are the only ones that have like slightly different... Oh, this is heavy Banshee energy. It's blinking the lights here. Did you see that? Oh, you're a damn Banshee, aren't you? It's 2 minutes on the smudge. I should be inside. Maybe I was just checking my sanity real quick. Yeah, it's low. Wait a minute. It's definitely not a Moro, I don't think. I need to get the paramic. I mean, if it hunts from anywhere near this, I'm just trying to get the smudge test here to rule out spirit. It is not hunting. It's all in 20 seconds. It's been 3 minutes without a hunt, which is extremely sus. 20 seconds. Yeah, we can get a banshee scream. I'm just a little scared to go up there if it's a banshee. Although I think the gray spirit, or like the time as the hunt starts before it actually starts killing you is pretty long right here. I mean, if it hunts immediately now, this is when the 3 minutes have just passed. It's also, I guess spirit is very possible because it was doing lots of ghost events, which is like, I don't know. Spirits and Gorios are crazy to me. Or like they do lots of crazy stuff usually. Still not hunting. Strange. Let's see if it's over here. We can check, so we can use a pill and then check for the ghost room again. It is whispering over there. So that is a whisper. Every time you hear that, there is a 30% chance, if it is a banshee, that it would turn into a special scream. So if you hear it a bunch of times without getting that special scream, which it's really obvious, it's very different from the other sounds, you're probably not dealing with a banshee if you never get it a bunch of times in a row. But it can take quite a while, because 30% obviously is a little rare. So you have to get like, I usually do 4. If I get 4 and it's not a banshee, it's still not a scream, I'm ruling out banshee. Oh, there we go. That took a long fucking time, man. Okay, it's definitely not a Miley. Hey, bitch! So I'm testing for... Huh. I was testing for yokai again. It seemed like once I got close enough, it definitely came to me. Definitely not Myling. I mean, demon would be just ultimate troll, because it didn't hunt for longer than 3 minutes, so I'm gonna rule out demon here. Even though it did use that crucifix, which was out of the ghost room, but that's more likely to be banshee behavior than demon behavior necessarily. Yeah, so we turn on, every time after a hunt, turn on the lights again. Make sure to keep your looping spots nice and lit up so you can actually see what the fuck is going on. So we're gonna go back up here, and once again, test for banshee here. So you could get another whisper. You can see that we're ruling out lots of ghosts. It's hunting again over there. So you can actually test for banshee during the hunt as well by using the paramic. Oh, come on. You fucking idiot! Idiot ghost! Come here! It's gonna stop hunting. Yeah, there you go. This ghost is extremely stupid. But I don't know if it's stupid enough for Goria or for Yokai. It might just be stupid. Use the mirror. Yeah, I need some sanity. Make sure to use the... Make sure to have at least 20% sanity, or at least a little bit of sanity. I think you need 20%, otherwise it breaks. Yeah, we haven't lost any sanity since we were in the lights the whole time. Okay, so I'm gonna use the sanity pill so I can pull up the mirror again. What I would love to see is a different room, like the bedroom. So let's see. Which it's still in the same, actually, yeah. It's still in that same room. Wait, right? There was a dots in the room. Yeah. So that is heavily sus. Although, to be fair, they might have set it to be no roaming, unfortunately. Because sometimes they do that. For these stupid events. Yeah, I think they might have set it to no roaming. Because it's a weekly challenge and not like proper normal settings. It's just some fucked up garbage. Come on! Okay, it's getting faster. Okay, so it was just coming straight for me right there. So yokai seems unlikely. Also, we looped it around here and we did not notice poltergeist whatsoever, right? They're definitely giving us a tough one here. Especially if you have the Easter event, there's gotta be a chance that if you get, like, There's like a 5 to 10% chance that you'll get a ghost that you just simply cannot figure out. Now, the problem with that is if you are not very familiar with no evidence, you might not recognize that and just like feel stupid, but you shouldn't, because there's actually like quite a few ghosts now that are just kind of fucked. Like Obake, Banshee here, Banshee and Goryo are exponentially more difficult because well, I guess Yurei is exponentially more difficult because usually you rule out Banshee and Goryo based on a roam, but if they've turned off roaming, which seems very likely here, you actually are much more likely to think it's a Banshee or Goryo when it's gonna end up being a Yurei that just doesn't do fucking anything. Oh, it turned off the breaker. That doesn't do anything for me. I'm gonna sneak in there and try to turn it on. It's still in here. I'm still, like... That, like, roam through the motion sensor back and forth that one time was extremely sus. But the thing is, we got 3 whispers already and no scream. So I don't know what to think about that. They for sure turned off roaming. You gotta go oh, they did not. I mean, roaming is different from changing ghost room. I'm just waiting for this ghost to hunt again. I need to... It sucks that the hunts are so short. Like, I almost want to break the mirror to make the hunts longer. Okay, come out here. Trying to get it to speed up a little bit and come over here. Yeah. Come on. Okay, it's coming. So it's definitely... This is so shitty. It's definitely not a poltergeist, so I'm gonna smudge here. The hunt should end pretty soon. Definitely not a poltergeist because it didn't throw anything. We smudged at like 31:45 here. So we gotta wait. So now we're gonna be able to rule out spirit. And while we're a little safe, we should flick some light switches here to potentially rule out mare. So mare, the really hard ones are mare, Yurei, Banshee, Goryo, Obake. It's probably not the twins because it wasn't changing any speed. So the twins will be either 5% faster or 5% slower. Or is it 10%? I think it's 10%. Is it 10? It's 5 or 10. I always forget. It's like a little faster or a little slower 50% of the time. I think chat probably knows. Can you talk to me? I want to say 5. I think it is. It's 10. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's like small enough to not notice. Sometimes. It's the way you mostly notice it is if you get a ghost that changes speed. Did you turn off again, by the way? Or did you break the lights? You broke the lights. Okay. That's kind of fucked up, man. That it also broke the lights. So it broke the lights, which is mare. Right? Because, yeah, it's still broken. It did not roam, which is Banshee Goryo. Yurei is always possible, even if you don't get the door slam ability, because it just doesn't do that very often. And then, I mean, I guess maybe we're just dealing with a spirit here, because it did not hunt for 3 minutes, and it's already been 90 seconds now. If it doesn't hunt for 3 minutes again, we're just gonna have to go with spirit here, which just goes to show that his spirits can just be totally wild, totally insane. He's still not hunting? It's been 2 minutes now? 2 minutes since I smudged? I mean, I guess. After all we've been through, you're just gonna be a spirit? I mean, we had the smudge earlier that didn't hunt for like a really, really long fucking time. I guess? Yeah? Well then. But that's sometimes you just get like you go on all these different tangents on different ghosts that it could be, and then it ends up just being like a really simple one, in this case being the spirit. Now I did all my objectives, so that we're gonna get extra points. Yeah, it's been almost exactly 3 minutes again and no hunt, so I'm gonna get out of here. That's 2 times that it didn't hunt for 3 minutes. Now there's always a chance that it was just a passive ghost that didn't decide to hunt for 3 minutes twice. but that's just gonna happen sometimes. So we're gonna roll with spirit here, which we had lots of ghost events, no like changing ghost room, and we even had like a potential stalk happen. But it just ends up being a spirit. There you go. So sometimes you just, this is why it's a much harder evidence to have it not hunt for 3 minutes multiple times in a row than having it roam to me once. Like you gotta kind of rate the different things you notice based on how likely, like how how hard is this evidence. Some evidences are like, if it doesn't step in salt, you know guaranteed it's a wraith. If you don't get a door to slam, you don't know guaranteed that it's not a Ure. Like, that's the thing. So 7 ghost events right there, which is kind of crazy. Time in the favorite room was by far the largest. All right, so that was first game. Let's hop back in. So that was like the slow process where you do it methodically. You go one ghost at a time. You do the things outside of a hunt first. Now we're gonna do it upside down. So now we're gonna start with what we did halfway through the last game. I'm just gonna, if it's the mirror again, I'm gonna pull up the mirror until I get low enough sanity to be able to be hunted, and then we're just gonna hopefully get lucky by getting a ghost that we can figure out during a hunt. Now that last game would, oh Lisa! Yo, hello! Hello there! Wait, Blood Moon? Yes! Blood Moon! Blood Moon Lisa Easter event. Holy shit, dude. Well. That is crazy. Okay, well, this is gonna change things a little bit. If you get a Blood Moon, well, so I'm not gonna do what I said I was gonna do, which is immediately trigger a hunt. I think we're gonna have to fucking find the ghost room first and play it a little safer, because the Blood Moon, if you don't know, increases the ghost speed by like 20 to 25%. It makes it much faster. It also means that your sanity drains much faster. And it's gonna make the ghost much more active. So lots of ghost events which are gonna like drain your sanity really quick. I should quickly check where the breaker is so I can just immediately run to it without having to run through the house. So it is gonna be in the attic again. Oh, they don't show it. Why? Okay. It doesn't show it on the map. Never mind. We're just gonna have to go around. Yeah, so the speed will be like around 125%, which will make figuring out the ghost based on speed a lot more annoying. People went all in on belief right there. Let's go. Please, breaker over here. Nice. Okay, this is good. We turn on breaker. We have lights immediately. And now we just want to find the ghost room. So I want to find the ghost room to play it a little safe. It is mirror again. So I guess I could just then pull up the mirror real quick. Okay, so it is actually in that room over there. Interesting. Okay, so we should still be 80% sanity. Should be all right. Turn on the light. It's in this room right here. Leave everything. And as long as you stay in the light, you will be safe from the Blood Moon. Because your Blood Moon still has to drain your sanity, either through ghost events or through, like, passive sanity drain. Which, you can see that we used a mirror, which drained 20%, and then the rest it drained a little bit, like 2.5% or something like that from just walking in the dark. So let's see. We're gonna bring Salt, Crucifix right away, and Candle right away. Set up for some safety. So the ghosts don't hunt earlier because it's a Blood Moon. They just drain your sanity quicker, which makes it feel like they hunt earlier, but they still hunt at, like, the normal sanity ranges. Yeah, Blood Moon Lisa is actually insane. This is my first Blood Moon on the Easter event as well. Okay, so we're just gonna let that blow out once. Also, it immediately steps into the salt, so bye-bye Wraith. We want on Rio, right? For the believers? A rogue is... A rogue? Thank you. A rogue silver hand, thank you for the 5. So, that's what we're gonna get. Lisa's gonna give us the believer win, of course. I think I'm bringing in a smudge stick already. We're bringing in this for some safety. And I think I'm gonna leave the camera for a bit to keep the suspense of it potentially being a mimic. And we're gonna quickly get some bunnies here. That'd be sick. You can hear the bunnies, by the way. So I'm just walking up to it. I know there's one in the ghost room. Ooh, it roamed outside of the ghost room, potentially? so it jumps from so far. All right, we got jumped. So now we need to be a little careful. We blew out the candle already once. We light it and we leave real quick, I think. I think I might want to use a... This is a little dangerous. I think I'm grabbing an extra smudge here. Or we could just get hunted, though. Why not? It's gonna be a little fucked, because the ghost's gonna be fast. Yeah, so the bunny drains 10%, so we're at 65 now. I'm gonna grab another one of this. And this will grab the camera already. And also, I think just having this so that when you're outside of the room and it constantly goes beep boop, beep boop, beep boop, you'll be like, wait a minute, this might be a banshee. Don't kill me, please. Okay, so this is second blowout, right? Coming up here. I'm gonna look for orbs now, imagine. Whoa. Okay. It blew out the candle for the second time. Third blowout incoming. So I didn't walk into the ghost, and it is not a phantom because I took a photo and it did not disappear. And it also blew out the candle when I was in the room, so no shade. That's the singing from the Easter event, yes. I got that disturbed salt, so we're taking this one and this one as well. I want to hold on to some smudgies. And we're knocked on the window, which doesn't actually do anything. I'm gonna set up a bit of a poltergeist ability, or poltergeist thing during the hunt. So the poltergeist throw items more during a hunt as well, which is actually the easier way to figure it out because it can be really rare to get a polter throw outside of hunts. So this is how I usually test for polters. Just throw a bunch of items in the place you're gonna loop. If you see like everything get thrown away immediately, you know, okay, this is a poltergeist. If not, you can rule it out. But this is more than enough. It stepped outside. Sussy. It blew out the candle for the third time, so on Rio, it's not possible. Uh-oh. Oh no. Is looping fixed? It should be. Okay, this is just a banshee? What's going on here? It's like stepping outside here a bunch of times. Let's put it over here. And then we're gonna stand like over here as well. So now, if it goes back and forth over this motion sensor here, we can kind of guarantee it being a banshee at this point because we don't have a wraith and phantom. I mean, it could also go around, but I assume it's gonna go through here. We got a whisper. Can you give us a sign, Lisa? I think I want to move away the crucifix now. I think it's just kind of hunt time, honestly. Let's just get a hunt. Let's make it spicy. We're gonna pull up the mirror, pull it up a second time, and now we're in the danger zone. So we should be below 50. I placed the crucifix here, so I'm not gonna get insta-killed when the ghost hunts on top of me. Just trying to listen for some banshee screams potentially. Okay, touch the breaker door. I was like, is that a lock? It's whispering again. That's 2. The paramic is blinking because of the dots. It counts as sound. So it's like, there's sound happening. Even though it's just the dots projected. Not hunting right away. Is it gonna be Dio? Imagine. Really easy ghost for the blood moon. Could be Myling if it's super chatty, yeah. We had 2 whispers. Trying to cover the whole room. I should be below 50, right? Because I was at 65. Maybe I'm at 55. I'm pulling it up again. Oh! Well done. Oh shit! Okay, it's speeding up. It's not an Oni. It sounds fast enough for it to potentially be something, it might actually be a Moroi now, which would be fucking hilarious. Okay, so it's gonna be long hunt, so I have to fucking bounce the heck out of here. I hope I get here before the ghost. Oh, it's a Moroi. That's a fucking long-ass smudge. So the Moroi has a 7-second smudge compared to all other ghosts, which have only 5-second smudge. Yo, that's fucked up, because last Believer Spin was a Moroi. Of course Lisa is gonna be a Moroi trying to kill me. Yo, look at this. The Blood Moon. I mean, Lisa Blood Moon, I can't complain. If that was also a Believer win, it would have been actually scripted. Okay, well, I smudged it, so I can quickly, I'm not gonna go all over the place, but I'm quickly checking these, like, very close by nests here. Like this one. Not that one, this one. Nothing. Come on, man. Okay, this one here. Don't kill. Hey, don't be a gold one. Okay, gold is an insta hunt, which would be very bad right now. I'm just gonna test this. Okay, there's nothing there. Just get me the fuck out of here. There's one upstairs there, I think. Okay, so that was, unless it's a surprise mimic, should be Blood Moon, Moroi, Lisa. So yeah, that's a good showcase. Not necessarily because it was a Blood Moon. We'll do another round, obviously, since we're doing the whole weekly. Can't believe we got the. Wait, did I get a screenshot? I need to get the proper screenshot here of the Blood Moon. Yo, look at that. And the back here. That's sick. Nice. The blood rain. Fucking crazy looking. Let's get out of here. That is definitely crazy rare round right there. We don't know when the Grafton rework will be. Let's see. Anything weird happen? Nope. It was just a Moroi. So yeah, big long smudge, very fast ghost. That was a Moroi. I don't know why it didn't hunt like that or like it didn't hunt for a while, so that I thought I wasn't low enough sanity. I used a mirror and then almost get killed because of that. So I was out of the favorite room for quite a bit. We got one ghost event and 2 abilities used. Huh, interesting. Smudging the Moroi counts as an ability, or is it? I guess it's the whispers. Like cursing you is an ability. Interesting. So you have like a paramic count on this. You have like a paramic and spirit box counter, I guess. Anyway, so now I'm gonna actually do what I want to do the first time, which is just immediately hunt. And oh come on, is it gonna be another fucking Blood Moon? Immediately get a hunt and figure it out as many ghosts as possible right away. This is like the fast way to play. All right, will it be the twins? Is it another Blood Moon? Okay, imagine. Not another Lisa. It's Mary this time. Let's get in there. So we're gonna grab flashlight. Do we have headcam? Like a light? No, we don't. And smudges. I'm gonna grab 2 smudges just in case we get a crazy ghost where we need smudges. Now what you want to do is, first of all, since in this case we still have 100% sanity to start, we're gonna find the breaker first. Hopefully here again. I'm already turning on the lights because as soon as you turn on the breaker, all those lights that you have flicked on will immediately turn on. And with the mirror being a guaranteed cursed possession is very nice here, because that's one of the best, as I said, for no evidence. Although I think they kind of fucked it with not allowing the ghost to roam or change ghost rooms. Please be here. Yup, we had every single possible breaker spot. Nice. And now there's a bunny right there. We're just gonna grab the mirror and see where it is, and then if we also want to set up a poltergeist ability already. Okay, it's in the entrance room. You could play the piano in the entrance room. Your sweater comes in today. Let's go. Excited to have seen you guys slowly receive them. I've heard great things. I'm happy to hear. we're just gonna set this up and then also grab a little bit of salt already. So that I test for Wraith as well. You can do a lot during a hunt. Like, hunts are... well then. Okay, I'm just gonna get myself touched by the ghost. So now if we're really low, like we should be at around... let's theorize before we see it. So down to 80 because of the mirror. Then like 5% because of sanity drain, 75. And then 10% because of the ghost event, we should be at around 65. So now if we're much lower than that, could be an Oni. What the fuck did I say? We're exactly at 65. So yeah, I'm gonna say that's not an Oni then. I mean, unless I somehow miscalculated that whole thing, but I'm pretty sure that's exactly what would you expect. Okay, so we're gonna grab a crucifix, I guess, so because we want that objective. I guess we don't want it yet. We grab another smudge. We grab salt. We don't actually need another smudge. Sure, we'll get this. Just place it in the room that we are in. Oh, the light here. So I think it's in this room right here. So I'm just placing this here to keep myself a little safe. And then we place salt around the place where we're gonna loop it. This is so much harder if you have the Easter event, because the small ghost model is so annoying for the looping strategies. So honestly, I'd recommend trying out this challenge on a day that it's not the Easter event on Grafton. Okay, so now we have Polter check, Wraith check, and then we're gonna do a whole lot of other stuff during a hunt. We're even gonna close the doors to potentially do a yokai check here. And then pull it up, so now we're at 45, 25. Okay, so I'm low enough to get hunted. Oh, airball ghost event? Well, we already knew this shit, but thank you. Interesting. You can check Wraith during a hunt now. You used to be able... yeah, like the ghost would not step on salt before during a hunt, but they changed that a long time ago. And now you can. Wow. You're just spamming this shit, huh? Spamming airballs? Doing lots of ghost events in general. Seems heavy, not shade energy. I mean, so the thing is, airballs are more likely for shade, but ghost events are less likely for shade. So, even though you're getting lots of airballs, it's actually counter to shade. You wouldn't expect to see many of them. Okay, this is weird. I'm not gonna make the same mistake again. I mean, unless it's actually in this room now. But then it would step in the salt, you know? I'm not gonna pull up the mirror again, because we know we're low enough sanity. So I'm not gonna... there we go. Okay! Well, you're just gonna hit me with the most obvious ghost of them all. So this right here is why sometimes it's very useful to do the no evidence this way, because if you get a ghost like a Dio in this case, it's immediately obvious and you almost don't even get any danger, because like this ghost cannot really kill me. Do I need to cleanse it? I do need to cleanse it. There we go. Get wrecked. So yeah, that could be Mimic, but it's either a Dio or a Mimic now. We're guaranteed on that. So I'm gonna place this in the ghost room. I don't think I'm gonna go for the bunnies here. We're just gonna spin the wheel, and if it ends up being a Mimic, we're gonna all pog the fuck out. And then we do another round. Let's see it. I'm going all in. Even though, I mean, I'm saying Dio, but it would be... I would love it if it's a Mimic. So the way that the ghost was speeding up and then got slow when it was close to me is exactly what a Dio does, and there you go. So yeah, this is obviously a very difficult challenge because it's a completely different way to play the game, and you cannot just really... you basically can't figure this out on your own. You have to, like, either have followed the game from the very beginning, like me, where I've played the game since it first came out, followed every single update, followed every single ghost being added to the game and their abilities, or you have to just watch some guides like the video that I made for you just now. So I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know how it went for you. Let me know if you're gonna give this a shot. I really highly recommend trying out the no evidence challenge. It's a really fun challenge, really good way to test if you're good at the game. I remember my first no evidence games fondly, where I was just like thinking this is impossible, but then you slowly start figuring it out and you're like, holy shit, this is cool. I'm getting, like, I'm figuring out these ghosts even without like any of the regular gameplay, and it just feels really satisfying. So yeah, let me know how it went for you. Hope you enjoyed it. If you're not subscribed, please do so. If you liked the video, like it. If you dislike it, dislike it. And if you want to join, I love you gamers here in chat. You can join us over at Twitch. Get the link in the description down below. Thanks so much. I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys. Have a good one. Bye bye.